Hey YouTube, it's XNucleusXX here, and I'm going to be bringing you guys a blue tongue skincare video. But first, I would like to give out 3 shoutouts, one to Vinecore Reptiles. Check out his channel, he's going to be making out some sweet videos and give him some support, so subscribe to him, do whatever you got to do. Second, I'd like to do a shout out for Leopard Gecko Fry. He's got a pretty cool frog collection. A couple pixie frogs. And third, but probably my favorite YouTuber of all time, actually, Jake Scott Herps. He's got an amazing collection, and he really knows his stuff. So be sure to check out his channel. I think he just hit 5K subscribers. So keep supporting him, and hopefully one day he'll be as big as Snakebite TV. And by the way, he made a good video. Since we're on the topic he made a video about leopard gecko care. And he brought up a really good point in that video. He said that a lot of people make care videos and they don't know anything about the animal. And so that kind of is the reason that I chose to make this video, because a lot of the blue tongue skink care videos on the internet are very incorrect. A few of them say minimum size tank is 20 gallon. Some of the others say minimum is 120 gallon. So you really just gotta find a reliable video, and I hope that my video will kind of fix all those other videos and kind of give somewhat good knowledge. So I'll start off with the type of blue tongue skink you should get. Always try your best to buy a captive bred blue tongue skink. They're always healthier, more active, and better with handling. So, I mean, in that scenario, you should always try to buy a northern blue tongue skink, because northern blue tongue skinks are always 100% captive bred. Unlike Indonesians and Iranian Jayas, most of them are wild caught because exportation is allowed in those countries. So stick with the northern. I, however, have a Indonesian blue tongue skink. He is a captive bred baby. I don't know if it's a he or she yet, but he is captive bred. I got him from a reliable pet store, so I know he's captive bred for sure. Okay, I'll start off with enclosure size. As a juvenile, they can be kept in anything from a 10 to 20 gallon tank. It's perfectly fine for a few months, and then you're going to want to switch because they do get fairly large. I think their adult size can be about 18 to 24 inches. So about the size of a full-grown bearded dragon, if you guys can make that comparison. As soon as it starts getting big, you can kind of tell on your own. You don't have to really need a size or a number to how big he'll get before you need to upgrade the cage. But as soon as he starts looking crammed in the cage, you're going to want to upgrade the cage to around a 40 gallon breeder. Bigger is always better. 55 gallon is preferred. That's what my guy will be moving into as soon as he gets a little bit bigger. I'll probably be buying a cage at the Canadian Reptile Breeders Expo. If you guys live in Canada, you probably know what I'm talking about. But yeah. So as a juvenile, 10 to 20 gallon tanks are fine. As an adult, you won't want to go smaller than a 40 gallon breeder, because these animals do get big. They do like to explore. And I do recommend that you buy a 40 gallon breeder or larger. 55 gallon is preferred. You don't need no 120 gallon tank, because they will most likely not utilize most of the tank. 20 gallon tank is not going to work at all. The animals almost reach 24 inches just by themselves. The tank isn't going to really do much. So, there's no point if the animal's just about as big as the tank. So, stick to a 40 gallon breeder or 55 gallon. It's very important because a lot of the videos are incorrect with cage size. For any of you who don't know, that's either a 3 foot by a 1.5 foot tank, or a 4 foot by I think 2 foot, or a 1.5 foot. I'm not sure about 55 gallon breeders, or 55 gallon, my bad. But that covers caging. As for substrate, you could use a lot of things for blue tongue skinks. I'm using cocoa fiber right now, dried out cocoa fiber. You don't want to get it too wet. But you could use aspen, you could use a newspaper, you could use butcher's paper. You could use a lot of stuff, but just pick what suits it best. I wouldn't use sand though, because they're not really found on sand in the wild, so there's really no point you should be using it. But stick to dried out coconut fiber, plantation soil, aspen. Aspen's a good choice. But pretty much, do some research. There's a lot of substrate shit you could use for blue tongue skinks. They're pretty diverse in that way. Okay, we'll go on to lighting now. Lighting, you're going to want full spectrum UVA, UVB lighting. So that means you're going to want a 5.0 UVB bulb on 12 hours on, 12-hour off time schedule, and a heat bulb. The heat bulb doesn't really matter what wattage it is. You got to find what works best for you. As you could see, I had to elevate mine with a hook on my cupboard because it was getting too hot in the cage. You're going to want a basking spot of around 100 to 105 degrees. No hotter, maybe a little bit cooler. Maybe you could go to 98 minimum, but nothing in between that range. You're going to want the ambient temperature of the warm side of the tank to be around 95 and up. The middle of the cage should be from 95 to 85. Maybe that's a little too hot, but 92 to 85. And the cool side, you're going to want an 80-degree ambient temperature. You might need a nightlight if your house gets too cold. Most of the time you'll be fine, but you might want to put a little red heat bulb on top of the cage in case your house drops below 60 degrees at night. They can handle temperatures in the low 70s, but don't go lower than that. Okay, that takes care of lighting and heating. Now you're gonna want diet. Ooh, this is a good one. For diet, you're gonna want you could pretty much give them so much different stuff. As you could see, for me, I am giving them. They have lettuce, freezer-killed superworms, and large crickets, and iguana pellets. I don't know if you can see the iguana pellets there. Blue tongue skinks can eat such a wide variety of food. They could eat canned dog food. They could eat canned cat food, eggs, blueberries, bananas. There's a whole list. Just stay away from avocado. Just Google what can blue tongue skinks eat, and you will get so many answers. Just stay away from avocado. Yeah, tortoise pellets. But you're going to want a diet consisting of 70% vegetables, 15% insects and protein, and I don't know what that leaves me with. But the rest of it is fruits. So that's what you're going to want your staple diet to be. You should give them a good variety since they can eat so much stuff. Yeah. For hides, you're going to probably want a couple hides in the enclosure. I got this cork bark and then this plant. He really likes to hide behind the plant. And you're always going to want clean, fresh water in the cage. That's a given, especially for tropical reptiles. And I think that's everything. I don't think I'm missing anything, but if I am, just leave a comment. These animals should not be housed together. From a lot of people I talk to, it doesn't end well. They usually get aggressive towards each other, especially the males. So it's best to be housed alone. But if you are, try 2 females before you try a male and a female, because the males will always get aggressive. I don't know what this guy is, if he's a boy or a girl yet, but we'll have to see. Oh, vitamins. Vitamins are always important. You're going to want vitamins. This mineral, whatever, is a very good vitamin supplementation. You're going to want to supplement their food as juveniles 4 times a week, adults uh, 3 times a week. Just make sure they're getting their vitamins. They have regular sheds. You're gonna want to bathe them once every week or two. Try to help them with their dead shed skin and help them, kind of poo. And oh no, he has some cocoa fiber on his face. Oh well. Oh no, that's on the glass. Yeah. And you're also going to want to feed them every day fresh salad. Protein doesn't have to be every day. You could do it every 2 days. As they're growing, yes, you should do it every day. But as soon as they're adults, they could wait a day or two without their protein. But always give them a fresh salad. It's very important that they have fresh salad every day, because they'll be hungry even if they don't. Even if it doesn't look like they're eating it, they're probably eating it. As for live prey items, I wouldn't recommend pinkies or any sort of rodent, because that will get them aggressive. Maybe when they're full grown, you could try a frozen pinky, but there's really no need to. I'd highly suggest, if you can, silkworms, small hornworms, or when they're bigger, you can give them big ones. Butterworms, all those kinds of soft worms are really good too. I give those live, and I give like superworms and crickets dead, because for those of you who don't know, blue-tongued skinks are really slow. So they'll usually miss. I tried with mine in a separate container, and he missed all the time. So I just give him. I put live crickets and live superworms in the freezer, leave them there for a couple hours, come out, and I feed them to him. You're gonna want to try to get him snails. In the wild, their primary diet is snails. So if you can find those cannel snails, or I think Exoterra makes one too, a snail can, try offering them those. I know it's really good for them. And the Exoterra and the Zoomed in those cans, they're very healthy. I have a video, can of grasshoppers feeding, where I feed my bearded dragon those can of grasshoppers. Check it out. You'll kind of see what you're looking for, and yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I spread some light on the blue-tongued skink care issue. And yeah, have a good day, YouTube.